So now we're going for path 2. Path 2 allows me to hit more notes in tune, almost. All of the Altissimo is a game of finding the fingering that helps you get it in tune. If you search the internet for Altissimo fingerings, you're going to find many for every single note. And I believe that this is because the person who posted that fingering finds that that fingering works to get their Altissimo note in tune. So I'm going to show you what I prefer, but you might change something to make it more in tune. And again, the main things that we change are any of these 4 spatula keys on the left pinky and possibly these 2 down here. So to go to path 2, we're going to start on our normal high F, right, the new alternate F, and then we're going to play that. So you've got to switch back to the normal index finger location. Okay, that's your B key. So 1, 3, 1, and the B flat key. And I often put down the C key to be more in tune. So again, F to F sharp. Okay. Let's review one more time about how much reed. With a small bite, this is not going to work very good. Well, at least the sound came out a little bit. With too much bite, it also is trouble. Okay, so you've got to avoid those. Going to a G in path 2 is the worst problem. I got this fingering from another teacher, but I cannot get it in tune, so I rarely ever use it in path 2. We have our F sharp fingering, and then we add on this chromatic F sharp key. Okay, it lifts the pitch, but for me, it doesn't go a whole half step. It's not quite right. Let's try it. We're going to play F sharp and then G by adding on this button right here. So that's why for those 2 notes, I prefer the other path 1 like this. Now let's go to G sharp. In path 2, G sharp is much more stable. Think of yourself on the F sharp again, 1, 3, 1, and then move this from the B flat to the C, the alternate C, the middle side key. And that should get you the G sharp. So right now we're going to play F sharp, G sharp, F sharp, G sharp, just by moving that one difference. Okay, let's try it. Okay, if your F sharp does not come out right away, you are not ready for G sharp. So work on your F sharp first. You can try starting on a G sharp, but it is definitely harder when you're learning Altissimo. Okay, so now that we've got all these different notes, let's try a scale that includes them. Let's go ahead and try E major. So we're going to do E major, but then when we get up to F sharp, G sharp, we're going to use the new path 2 fingerings. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's practice just the high E, high F sharp, high G sharp. Just those 3 notes and back down again. The next high note is A natural. Now A natural is really an overtone of a low D. So you play a D natural, right? Just a regular middle D. And then you lift up that finger, the first finger, like you would on a clarinet. But anyway, you lift up that finger and you should be able to get a high A. But for me, it's kind of risky and it's not very easy for me. So what I prefer is to just remove those 3 fingers and use the side B sharp, or the side C key, okay, instead. Let me try to alternate between those 2 fingerings. Now, at this point, I do feel like I'm lifting the reed a little bit, okay? In fact, maybe it was more closer to the G sharp, but lifting the reed a little bit is part of the process for Altissimo. The trouble is, it's only a little bit, and if you lift it too much, you shoot up to the next unwanted harmonic. Let me show you. So I'm going to try to do an A, then I'm going to over squeeze the reed, and let's see what happens. See? I squeezed it just carefully, gently, and I got way up into the, actually that note is going to be a D.